We were sitting on the couch, watching some dumb reality show. I was about to head to bed, and I leaned over to kiss my girlfriend, Samantha. Good night. Like every night, I told her I loved her. But she didn't say it back. Instead, she got this strange, serious expression on her face. She picked up the remote, muted the TV, and turned to face me. My stomach flipped. I knew this wasn't going to be about what to have for dinner tomorrow. She looked me right in the eyes and said, "I like you, Ethan. I really do, but I'm not in love with you." The words just floated in the air. It felt like a punch to the gut, but oddly precise. Not a breakup. More like a demotion. A downgrade. She was basically informing me of a change in terms. Expecting me to just click I agree and keep going. I'm a systems analyst. I spend my days organizing messy processes, removing inefficiencies, making things logical. My brain does not handle vague, emotional nonsense well. So I just process the data. She likes me. She isn't in love with me. Acknowledged. Okay, I said after a moment. Thanks for clarifying. That was it. I didn't yell. I didn't beg. I didn't ask why. I just stood up, nodded, and went to bed. And I could feel her staring at my back the entire time. She was waiting for a scene. She was waiting for me to fight, to cry, to do something. But all she got was calm, polite acceptance. As I lay in bed staring at the ceiling, my phone buzzed. It was a notification from a group chat she had with her friends. A chat I still had access to from our shared tablet in the living room. I didn't even need to look. I already knew. She was reporting back, sharing her brave confession with her personal board of advisors. A few minutes later, she slipped into the bedroom. She thought I was asleep. The mattress shifted as she lay down. Her phone glowed against her face, her thumbs tapping. She was already being rewarded. Her friends were praising her. Telling her how bold, how mature she was for speaking her truth. They applauded her for creating this brilliant new arrangement. A relationship where she got my home, my stability, my support. Without the responsibility of being in love. She thought she had just won. She thought she had successfully renegotiated the contract. What she didn't know. She had just triggered the termination clause. Because now, she wasn't my girlfriend anymore. She had demoted herself to roommate. And I was about to become the most efficient, logical, emotionally vacant roommate she had ever met. The game was on. She set the rules. I was just going to follow them, with brutal precision. Update 1. It's been a week since Samantha's bold confession. A week of what she probably thinks is me processing my emotions. But in reality, I've been implementing what I call the roommate protocol. A lot of people in the comments told me to just kick her out. But that's not my style. That's messy. Emotional. I prefer a slow, quiet, systematic dismantling. Much more effective. The protocol started the morning after her announcement. Normally, I'd wake up, kiss her, say good morning, make coffee for both of us. Not anymore. That morning, I got up, made a pot of coffee, poured one mug for myself. The rest went into a thermos I took to work. I left the empty pot sitting on the counter. The man who made her coffee every morning was in love with her. That man was gone. The roommate who shares a kitchen with her is not. When I left for work, all she got was, "Have a good day." No kiss. No "I love you." Just polite, civil words. The way you'd talk to a coworker. At first, she seemed to love it. She was cheerful. Relieved. The pressure was gone. She thought she had successfully friend-zoned her boyfriend without losing the apartment or the lifestyle. But slowly, the cracks started to show. On Friday, she texted me. "Hey, the girls and I are thinking of trying that new Italian place. Can you book us a table for 8? That had always been my job, planning, reservations, logistics. But this time, I just replied, "Sorry, I'm busy tonight. You should call them directly. They book up fast." She answered with a single. I didn't respond. I was at the gym. Something I'd started doing with the free time I now had. That weekend, the protocol went into full effect. I did my laundry, only my laundry. I went grocery shopping, bought food only for myself. Steaks. Chicken. Lunches for the week. I didn't buy her gluten-free bread. Didn't buy her overpriced almond milk. Didn't grab any of her snacks. When I put everything away on my shelves in the fridge, she walked in. "Did you go shopping?" she asked. "Yep," I said, slicing chicken. "You didn't get any of my stuff." "Sorry," I replied casually, like a stranger in a checkout line. "I just got what was on my list. I can send you the receipt for your half of the shared items, like paper towels." Her face was stunned. I had never, not once in 2 years, asked her to split groceries. But the man who bought her food was in love with her. The roommate just pays his share. By Sunday, the cracks turned into gaps. Her car had been making a weird noise all week. Normally, I'd fix it or call my mechanic. Instead, when she brought it up, I just said, "That sounds stressful. It's always smart to get a few quotes before committing to a shop. Yelp has good reviews for mechanics." And I turned back to my laptop. The man who spent weekends fixing her car was in love with her. The roommate was busy. She didn't get it yet. But I wasn't being mean. I was just treating her exactly as she asked. Like someone I like, not someone I love. And she was starting to realize just how many things she took for granted. Update 2. It's been a month now since Samantha put our relationship on notice. A month of the roommate protocol. And the system is collapsing on her side. Her clever move has become a slow, painful, self-inflicted wound. The politeness she once found refreshing has become unbearable. It's a wall. A constant wall. No cracks. No weak points. Her birthday was the first big test. In the past, I would have planned for weeks. Surprise parties. Weekend trips. Thoughtful gifts. This year? I woke up, rolled over, and said, "Happy birthday, Sam. Hope you have a great day." Then I started my morning routine. She stared at me, waiting for something else. Flowers. A dinner reservation. Anything. But nothing came. When she finally asked, "So, any plans for my birthday?" I smiled politely and said, "Oh, I figured you'd be celebrating with your friends, the people you're close with. I'm happy to grab pizza tonight if you want, like friends do." The word friends was a knife. And she knew it. She spent her birthday scrolling Instagram, reading Happy Birthday Queen comments. But no one actually showed up. Meanwhile, the financial side of the protocol started cutting deep. Her phone got shut off last week. When she panicked, I just said, "Oh right, I took my card off the family plan since, well, we're not really family anymore." Her face went pale. She had no steady income. She was living off me. Or rather, off the man who was in love with her. And that man was gone. Final update. It's over. The roommate protocol reached its inevitable conclusion last night. The lease on our apartment was ending. I had already signed for a new place, a one-bedroom closer to my office. When she asked about renewing, I just said, "I'm not. I already signed a lease elsewhere." The color drained from her face. She begged, cried, pleaded. But I reminded her of her own words. She wasn't in love with me. And I had simply respected that. Then, for the finale, I showed her a velvet box that had arrived in the mail. Her eyes lit up, thinking it was a ring. I opened it. It wasn't a ring. It was a key. The key to my new apartment. Her hope shattered instantly. Because she finally realized. She hadn't been negotiating with a heartbroken boyfriend. She had been dealing with a system. And the system had just shut down permanently. I've got 30 days left as her roommate. Then I'm free. She got exactly what she asked for. A life with a man who isn't in love with her.